I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. You know, nobody knows Donald Trump better than Michael Cohen. And so when we need insight here on the MeidasTouch network of just how desperate and scared and terrified Donald Trump is, you know what we do. We go directly to the source. And so I asked Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's been posting all of these bizarre, deranged videos of himself lately. It's all projection and confession. And so I asked Michael Cohen, what do you make of these bizarre videos? And as expected, Michael Cohen says he's scared. He's terrified. But of course, Michael Cohen also wanted to give Donald Trump the two-finger Michael Cohen salute for just putting out these horrifically divisive and hate-filled, lying, conspiracy theory-laden videos. So first, let me show you Michael Cohen give the two-finger salute, and then I'm going to show you another portion of my interview with Michael Cohen. But Cohen, two-finger salute time. Play the clip.
Only Donald should be receiving today's two-finger fucking salute for the stupidity and the shit that's coming out of his mouth. Rest assured, the shit that's coming out of his mouth is making his ass jealous, because this is by far the dumbest move that this guy can. And could you imagine the idiots that are around him? So maybe to them too, a good fuck you. Could you imagine the idiots that are sitting around him? Yeah, Donald, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. Yeah, go after Joe Biden. Let me tell you one other thing that Joe Biden did in the month of August while Diaper Donald is sitting there shitting on himself. You know what he did? I'm going to read this. He signed two bills into law that give the Department of Justice and other federal agencies more time to investigate and prosecute Paycheck Protection Program, that's the PPP, and COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the EIDL. All right, he's going after all of the money that was improperly taken by people, simply thinking that, oh, the government's giving out free money. And this all occurred under the Trump administration.
All right, so now let's get Cohen's more fulsome reaction. First, I'm going to play for you the video of Donald Trump that he made of himself where he attacks Biden, he attacks other people, and it's all projection. It's just Donald Trump calling Biden what people call Donald Trump because it's an apt description of Donald Trump. So first you're going to see the video of Trump that Cohen's reacting to, and then you'll see Cohen. Here, play the clip.
Crooked Joe Biden is not only dumb and incompetent, I believe that he has gone mad, a stark raving lunatic with his horrible and country-threatening environmental open borders and DOJ, FBI weaponization policies. He is a mental catastrophe that is leading our country to hell.
Cohen?
Yeah. He's leading our country to hell while Diaper Donald is sitting there crapping in his Pampers. You know what Joe Biden's doing, Ben? Joe Biden administration just announced the first 10 drugs facing Medicare price negotiation. These are drugs for, high blood pressure. These are drugs that so many people in this country are taking because, of we're living to older ages, and they were getting priced out where, because the economy is, still rebounding as a result of COVID, or, they're older, that unfortunately, a big portion of the money that they would have to spend on things like food or rent, electricity, cell phone, etc., that they weren't able to then get all of their medication. With this price negotiation, they will be able to afford their drugs and be able to live an honorable life. They will be able to, live without having to maybe impose upon children or other family members, to help them out. They deserve this. These are people who've worked their entire lives. Now, all of a sudden, crazy Joe Biden, the guy who's mentally deficient. Yeah, I see Donald Trump standing there attacking a man that just passed another scenario that is going to help all Americans, not Republicans, not Democrats only, not independents, all Americans. And you know what? As each and every one of these people start to benefit from the policies that Joe Biden and his administration are putting forth, yeah, I assure you, they're going to be walking away from Donald in droves, especially, and possibly the most important part is the independence.
And that's why there's fascist Furby talk. What MAGA Republicans, what Fox, they want to keep people in a bubble. They're coming for your gas stoves. You know, there's a new one with Ted Cruz, we'll show you in a little bit, where Ted Cruz is like, they're only going to let you drink 2 beers a month. And they just literally just make up a bunch of crap. That's like, okay, what are you talking about? Mr. Potato Head, Disney is too woke, this, that, and the other. We'll get to some of that stuff, but that's why, because they have to figure out a way to convince people to vote against their interests and distract them from tangible things that are being done or attempting to be done. Doesn't mean Biden always is successful, but he's aiming towards how do we help people? And Fox wants to, and Trump wants to, and MAGA world wants to distract from all that. Let me show you another clip that Donald Trump made of himself. This is him again, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down after. This is all happening too, like after he's, been indicted now multiple times. Just spewing the lies, saying that we have a Department of Injustice that's rigging this election, like they rigged the election in 2020. Here, play this clip.
We have a Department of Injustice rigging the election for crooked Joe Biden. Unless it is quickly stopped, all future elections will follow the same path. Our country is heading down a very, very dangerous road, and it has to stop. These are very dishonest people we're dealing with. We have to make our country great again. And if our elections are going to be rigged, or if they're going to use weaponization on elections, it's going to be very tough to make it great. We are a nation in decline. We are a nation that is failing, but we will turn it around very quickly. The election of 2024 is the most important election in the history of our country. We have to win, or we won't have a country left. Thank you very much.
Again, more threats, more lies. Let me just show you one more, Cohen. This is what he said. By the way,
Ben, before we jump onto that one, wasn't he already warned not to do things like this? So it goes into something that we talked about during the last episode, which is now we have to wait to see what the judge will do, because this is exactly the gaslighting and the danger that this man poses. So yeah, let's go to the next clip.
The next one right here is him talking about Georgia, again, where he just pled not guilty and where he has conditions that would seem to prohibit conduct exactly like this. Here, play the clip.
I easily won the great state of Georgia in 2016, did a fantastic job as president for Georgia and the entire USA, received 10 million more votes than I got nationwide in 2016. Got by far the most votes in history for a sitting president, but shockingly lost Georgia.
And again, he goes later in that clip, which is not in that clip, but he talks about how he believes he won Georgia. And again, just whining that Georgia was rigged, but constantly, like, by the way, just whining over and over again.
He's always the victim. Have you noticed that? His consistent pattern is that he is always the victim in every scenario that doesn't go his way. And of course, it's Joe Biden administration that weaponized the Department of Justice. No, look at my book, Revenge. Look at what the title is, which again was finished and went to publishing a year ago. Well before Donald started this bullshit about Biden weaponizing the Justice Department to go after him. It's how Donald Trump weaponized the United States Department of Justice against his critics. We already know it. We've seen from Jeffrey Berman, the head of the Southern District of New York at the time, how Bill Barr's office was putting pressure on them regarding my case. We've already seen all the things that the Department of Justice did. Who gets 48 hours to plead guilty, or they're filing an 80-page indictment against you, and that's going to include your spouse? Who gets something like this? I'm watching these assholes. Look at the calendar. The calendar puts Donald out well over a year. All of these folks, including this guy from the Oath Keepers or the Proud Boys, whichever one, today got 17 years. These trials didn't take place in 48 hours from a Friday to a Monday. So who's the real weaponizer of the DOJ? Where is Bill Barr to spill the beans? Right? Where is Congress to hold a hearing demanding Barr come in and to spill the beans? I mean, this guy stands up there, spews nothing but lies. Why doesn't he just turn around and say that he's, let's see, something stupid, 6'3" and 215, the same height and weight as Tom Brady, the same height and weight as most outside linebackers? Seriously? Come on. I mean, the guy wouldn't know the truth if it bit him in his ass.
You know, that interview came from the show Political Beatdown that I co-host with Michael Cohen. If you like it, make sure what you do is you subscribe to the Political Beatdown audio podcast. I know you're subscribed to the MeidasTouch YouTube, but subscribe to the Political Beatdown audio podcast wherever audio podcasts are available. Make sure you check that out right now and go to MeidasTouch.com for more breaking news. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.